everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are getting ready for Longford Vintage Show. So, Liv is just busy with the shop, it's just in with her, she's getting organised. Father Phil is getting his TVO20 washed, and then he has to try and get it started because it's giving him trouble. I think it's electrical in the coil or the sparks plug, something. My job is to get the Massey 50 off the lawn and load it up onto the low loader we brought in. 1200 is already in there. We have to get the potato harvester pulled out and put onto the 35, but of course the big square baler and 50 calves are in the way, so that has to be done. And I was hoping he'd bring that, but he doesn't seem keen on it. Well, I'll get something else on the trailer as well. So we'll put a pipe on the Massey 50 and put a battery in it, because when we were digging the trees the last time, we bust the pipe on for the curling of the bucket, so new pipe there to go on it. So find myself a battery because he took the battery out of it. Anyways, we'll find a battery. We'll go get that ready. It's incredibly windy, but no bother to that old girl to start. Now we got our issue fixed. No bother to her. Jobs are good and away we go. That's the Massey 50 on. Now going to strap it down till Father Phil has the 20 ready to load. I did think we get 3 on it, but now with the 50, you get 3. If it was a 165 and the 20 and the nut field, you probably get them on. But that takes up a lot more space than I was thinking. You have to put the digger arm out behind you, because if you leave it folded and let it down, it sticks out about 2 foot this side. Or you leave it folded up and we could put a pin in it. That's the other alternative. But I said I'd leave it out to one side. Maybe he'd come up, not go strap it, because I'm fully expecting them to say, get that off, 20 on, then that on, because then the digger jib can sit in here. That's what I'm reckoning. He may change his mind, but I'm just going to leave it. I put it on it, then I thought of it. So I'll just leave it till he looks up. So my job now is to get big square baler moved, calves out of the shed, 35 with the drawbar on it, get the potato digger pulled out, and I need to get the small sprayer pulled out as well, because Father Phil wants to do his potatoes and I also want to spray in between the rows of pumpkins. So we'll go at that next, and that's going to be fun. Also, I suppose what did we get up to today? I was transferring slurry in a piggery with the 99. Finished that, getting ready to draw down to us on Tuesday so we can cover our silage ground. We were to go mowing. We had one customer, about 25 acres, going for baling-ish. Called off, so it was a bit of rain in the middle of the day. I was hoping to do 15 acres of our own at the same time. Might still do it. Father Phil's not on for do it. He wants to wait for hay, and I do not want to be waiting around for hay, because there's no guarantee we'll get hay weather. And you'll be just looking at this long out stemmy crop of poor grass. So I want 15 acres there I thought I'd get done. So we might get to it, might not. So now I have to get this girl out of the way. I think I'll put the calves out. Yeah, if I put the calves out of the shed, then I should be able to put the big square baler back, or shunted up here. And the potato harvester is just in the corner there. I get here with the telly. That's my grand theory. So we'll see if it works.
The time is coming. The clock is running. The time is coming.
That is the potato 7-Eleven. This is 7-Eleven. This potato, massive potato harvester out of the shed. So I'll have to re-establish that for the calves to come back in. You can have a bit of fun out there. So here it is. We haven't used it or seen it in a while. Trying to remember last time we used it. I suppose we haven't used it. He hasn't dug the spuds in 2, maybe 3 years, so we haven't really used it. The last time it was out, we put a brand new set of tyres on it because we popped the tyre on the way home, so it was just right, new tyres, job's good. The only issue we do have, if we do want to use it, our canvas is getting very shook. And I don't know whether you can, I presume you can get a new canvas, whether that's what you do, or do you try and patch it? It's just gone there, and it's a little bit tatty on this top canvas. So I'm just going to go around and double check that everything is off it. Right, that's just a bar that sits on that. But, some very, very fond memories of digging potatoes with this. So there is very, very fond memories. It's like a great family outing. So I'll just clear off some of the rubbish that's on it. So just for those of you who may not have seen this working, you can go and check it out on YouTube because I've made 2 or 3 harvest videos. So your drill, come up here, up this in between here, this big disc here, which is not seized, turns the ridge over onto the big turbine there. That turbine spins, tries to shake the dirt out of it or the clay out of it, and then throws what's left into this wheel here. And then this wheel here brings the potatoes up onto the table up here. So you can see there's a platform right round it. So potatoes come up that way, they're dropped up here, and then the potatoes, clay, stones, whatever has come up goes round on the table here. And then the job of maybe 3 or 4 people is to stand here, pick the potatoes, and then drop them down into this, which is another table which is underneath. Anything that's not picked goes off the front and back onto the ground. And anything that is picked goes onto the table below, spins round, and then comes to the bagging unit here. So you have 2 bagging units. So you can switch between left and right. So you fill a bag, you can switch it over while the other bag is filling. Now, originally, there was one of these on the farm here that they used to contract digging spuds with for neighbours back in the, whatever it was, 70s, 80s, 90s, whenever it was that everyone grew half an acre or an acre of potatoes. And the one that they had was one with an elevator. So rather than the bagging unit, it had a small hopper with an elevator that went out that they could fill into a small trailer along the side. Something, I've seen one for sale. There's very, very few of these were made. I only ever made a couple of thousand of these, so they're quite rare. And our old one is actually out in the pile of scrap, or some of it is out in the pile of scrap, because it was packed into the hedge and abandoned. Pity too, because an elevator one would be pretty cool. But all in all, it's more or less intact, complete, and in working order. I'll put on the 35 now because I'm going to drive this into the show. Just saves loading it around. It's straightforward enough. It's good tyres on. Just clean off the stuff off it. Go put on, PTO on. I'm going to give it a spin to clean it off, and then I'm going to let Father Phil decide where he's going to wash it or not, or we'll leave it in the dusty patina that it is in. But it's in pretty good nick other than that. It's just getting ready to put on 35. Got the drawbar put in it. So we put on this. We got it off AgriLine years and years ago. Great job. But we get this onto this. The only problem is that's not high enough. So I'm going to get a spanner and I'm going to chance seal that turn rather than doing the lazy thing and just getting the telly under it and giving it a lift to put on. I'm just looking. was hoping I get mowing, but that guy says you're not going mowing. The weather would settle now. We'll be laughing. We've had enough rain. We've had enough rain for now. That's the way it always goes. You don't get enough, and you get too much. We'd abandoned trying to lift it or screw it up. We just went with the teleporter. Would have been quicker if I just went straight to the telly, but however, you live and you learn. Try and get hooked on now. Oh, we're hooked. That's her on. I'm plumbed. We're ready to dig spuds now. If I had, well, we have some. We're not ready for digging, obviously. So she's plumbed for sound, plumbed for hydraulics on this spool here. So it's a bit comical how it works, because one actually works it and the other one diverts the flow from the lift arms to that. A little bit comical, but it works. Let's kick her into gear. Let her clean herself off. Oh, that's her working. You can see her dumping all the clay. Must have been wet the last time we were using that. So that's more or less how it works. Spinny, spin, spin, spin. Up onto spinny, spin, 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 spin. Onto spinny, spin, 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 spin. I'll just show you. I drop this stone in there. Stone will come around and come out here. There's my stone. Imagine that's a potato. That's more or less what that does. Run there for a minute or so and let her clean herself off fully. You can see that lad there? That just turns to keep the clay out of the rotors there so it can get a lot more clay out of itself. 35. Straight off the fertilizer spreader after sowing grass seed onto the out for the show. That's what she is. She's a working tractor. She is a working tractor. Just going to bring this in there now into town. 7 miles. So it's going to be interesting. The one thing with the bidet digger, it's quite wide. You have all of that is wider than the tractor. Far side is not too bad. It's only maybe a foot wider. This side is a good 2 foot or more wider. So just have to be careful of that. So a flashy beacon on the back in a high vis. Father Phil's as 20 here, not going so well. The distributor cap is knackered on it. So whether he's actually going to be able to get going or not now, he could be working that for a while. So he is. But that's his issue there at the TVO20. The distributor cap is giving him hassles. So fingers crossed he's able to get that done. I'm going to start the slow process again to 35 into town with the potato digger. Liv has been busy. She's got her new sign for the shop to go outside. Looks really, really good. Top class, Liv. Top class. So yeah, happy out. Well chuffed with yourself. So we're just with the 7618. McKeown's tyres have come out. We're getting a new set of Ascenzos on her. So they have the back tyre just on there now. So Ascenzo 650, 65, 38s. So good depth of tread on it. She's badly needing it, so she was. Badly needing a new bit of tread on her. The old tyre, there's a little bit of life maybe still in it. Little bit, maybe. Front tyres now, just don't look at the front tyres. Front tyres are bad now. Alright, there's the 2 front tyres, there's the other back tyre. We're treating the old tanker to a new tyres. Maybe that is it actually. That is the new tyre for the tanker, I think, because that looks like the old rim. We dropped it down with a puncture on the tanker and we have a spare set of maybe 30-40% tread, and that looks like the new Ascenzo tyre. Gonna leave the camera in time lapse here, and this girl's going to get a new set of tread. And if you're wondering, the set of tyres that was on it, the Titan stubble guards, the problem with them was they were a larger profile than what should have been on the tractor, and then because of them tractors are so finely tuned, that it's given us issues in the back end with them on. That and the two front tyres were that badly, I don't know what to say, weathered, that it's literally just kind of shot itself in the end, and the front tyres were getting punctured. So we went back to the old tyres, but now we're getting new set of tyres on it. So I'm going to leave the camera on time lapse, watch the lads do their work their magic and get the new tyres on. But yeah, should be a different tractor when this is done. The new tyres on, and yes, if you were wondering, the mudguard fell off on Bro today while he was spreading. He wasn't able to tell me. That's what's wrong. Bearing plate off the top of that broke anyway, so we have to go up and he left it in the yard. We were working him, but anyways. Whenever. So that's our new Ascenso tyres, 540 65 R30, no 28s and 650 65s R38s on the back. So good chunky bit of tread there. So should last. Well, badly wanted, so it was. Profile of the tyre seems to be smaller than what was on it, ever so slightly. Now maybe I'm looking at it wrong, maybe I am, I don't know, but new tyres, good tread, that's all we need. They're after dropping up the new tyre on the spare, so we have a full set of spare tyres for the tanker. This is the spare tyre that went on it. So the original tyre that was on it, it popped a hole. It's been popping holes there for a while. The tube in it keeps pinching the tube and letting the tube down. So Father Phil said he'd bite the bullet. We got gone well at the first round of silage, so I put a new set of tyres on it. So new set of Ascenso tyres as well, same as what is on the 1200. So yeah, nice bit of tread on it there. Supposed to be very hard wearing and supposed to have a reinforced sidewall, so it'll be interesting to see. I think the original tyres still on this side, yeah. So that's the original tyre that was on the tanker. So there's tread, but they're just starting to get a bit perished. Dog cracking that in it. I can't remember, is this one? I think that one is on a tube, and that's what's letting them down. So excuse the rattly door. We'll go get the battery because he's left in at the diesel tanks. So massive 50's just there, we get her pulled out. And also Bro is at Slurry there, but we changed the tyres yesterday on the 7618, so there's the old tyres there. We will cut to that footage there now of me going fitting the tyres. And we are back. So yeah. Battery. Thought he was supposed to put it on charge. There it is there. Fingers crossed this works. It should work. Here now set up. So 1200 after coming back from Baltimore straight to here. So I think we'll stick the 20 in here. We'll put the Massey 50 at the other end, Liv says yellow to yellow. And we'll put in the 205 and the horse box then, so we'll take up this trip. So yeah, it's not too bad. We'd fill a lot of space if we had the whole vintage fleet here. Now the only thing that we could bring that we can't bring, if that makes any sense, that is going, is the BMC Nutfield. We just want to show you the Ford that's here. It's not, it's something you don't see now. Not too often you see one of them now. I have to stand well back to get it all in. Ford FW30. Some weapon of a tractor. There's even the size of the exhaust on it. Someday I'll have a big American Prairie Massey, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just to get to the cab. Actually, that's not, I'm on the wrong side too. They'll hear that yoke probably from the next town, from towns away, the roars of it. I had it here last year. Some weapon of a tractor with a drawbar on it. We'll mosey on, so get another bit done. See his father Phil Ray. We get them tractors strapped down. Probably end up bringing them in the morning myself, and yeah, job will be a good one. Just got back, and I'm listening to the carbon monoxide and dioxide alarms going off that we put in after we done the insulating. So that must be a sign that you got the 20 going anyways.
She's running, yeah.
That goes to show why you should have them things in a workshop, because is it the top one or the bottom one going? There's two.
Both of them are off. Both of them are gone off.
Both of them. So there's one on the level there, just the workshop. There's another one on top because you could get caught on the loft and not there. So
To show you what I want to show you what was wrong, but anyway,
why?
the distributor was gone.
Oh, bearing was gone in the distributor. There she goes. So that was your evening. You have your big run with it now in 2 weeks anyway, so
Next time we're going to
Dr. Fergie run.
Fergie run. They have 60 tractors.
660 Ferguson's booked into it. So if anyone is interested, I'll get Liv to stick it up there. They're still looking for registrations, not anyone who wants to do it in a Ferguson. So anyone with Ferguson interested in do it, pause the screen there and head over there if you're interested in doing it. Father Phil is doing it. So this is what's was wrong with the distributor. So I wasn't making contact with the points.
Oh no, I was making contact, all right. A bit too much contact, that's what was wrong. It was actually that war. There's a little bearing in there is gone.
Yeah.
And it's that war that it wasn't, you couldn't set the points with it.
Yeah.
The points is you have 4 nodules on the shaft for the points, where it opens and closes the points at every correct for the timing.
Correct time for the spark
To
plug
create
to
the
go
spark,
off.
to create the spark, which is converted up to the rotor arm up here that sends it to the plug lead, that sends it to the plug.
Yeah.
But that was that bad that it was probably fit to cancel it out.
Yeah.
And that's why she was missing on one cylinder.
Alright. Fixed now anyways.
So I had to take all the giblets out of this
Yeah.
and put them into the one that I got off me brother. Old technology.
Also, I was hoping to go mowing. As you can tell, it has rained. It's now that late on in the evening that probably isn't going to dry, and there is not much point mowing it in the rain. We have, I counted it up earlier today, 72 acres of bales to make for ourselves. Well, when I say for ourselves, it's for ourselves, but we're going to sell on the most of it. No, Father Phil wants to wait for hay. I do not want to wait for hay because I think it's a waste of time waiting for hay. I'm pretty sure I've already said that. But I was hoping we get 15 acres out of it today. Just waiting for tea. By the time tea's had, it's going to be near dark, so there's not much else going to be done. Put the 20 up on the low loader. He wants to bring it for a spin and whatnot. So yeah, there's not much more for today. I know, probably a boring enough old video. I was hoping I'd get a bit more. But that's always how these things work out when you want to make a video. You're thinking to yourself, oh, do a bit of this, do a bit of that. It just never works out. Never. And as much as I'd love to make a video of Father Phil going around trying to start as many tractors as around the place as possible, maybe we should do it for 100,000. That would be. If we ever managed to hit 100,000, that would probably be the video to do. See how many tractors start. I'd want him in good form though, because that'd be a day's work. Because if he bites the bullet to start some, a bit like the Massey 50 that time, he will just bite into it and he'll stay at it. And if you're wondering, this is trying to keep the peacocks out from over the cars, because they're a bit of a pain in the arse that way. But look up. That's really it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. And starting new schedule now. Videos on a Wednesday and a Sunday. Doesn't have the same ring to it as Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, but Wednesdays and Sundays from now on. So look, any questions, any comments, anything like that, let me know in the comments down below. Hope to have seen you all at Longford Vintage Show. And anyways, that's it for me. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Good luck.